everybody. How are
Hello.
you? Welcome to Live at Lunch here with Missy and
Kristen.
oh
I was just
yeah.
looking. I was a little paused because your hair, your bangs were
Oh.
falling. They're falling very nicely right now. So I was a little distracted.
Well, my husband has never had that problem.
I'm gonna give him a call.
Never been distracted by my beauty before. Okay, so let's stop talking about our love lives, and but maybe we shouldn't stop talking about our love lives. Would you like to bring up
Yes.
something very important?
I know.
I'm going to scooch
Yeah.
back so we're 6 feet.
Sure.
Okay, there you go. So
And
you get in here.
I know we've mentioned it a time or two, but we are putting together a beautiful Valentine's Day slideshow full of people's wedding photos, members who live here, and also the associates who work here too. So there are some really wonderful photos that we're putting together in a slideshow that we'll put on Channel 77 on Sunday.
Yes.
We'll probably do it for the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
want to have time to see it. And I do want to point out, someone asked, this is wedding photos or sweetheart photos?
Yes.
Because, there are people who have very long relationships with people and they didn't marry, but that is okay. So if you have a great photo of you and the person you love,
We want
then we want it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And we can scan it in if you have a physical photo, or you can email it to us, of course. But it is just so much fun. I want this to be my new full-time job. Can it?
Yes. I say yes. Don't tell
Yes.
Shannon. If you're watching right now, don't tell Shannon that I just gave Kristen a full-time job of
Yes.
just pulling
Go through
people's
photos.
wedding photos.
Yes. And so if you can get those to us by Friday, that'd be wonderful, so we can have that live for the
Mhm.
weekend.
I would say Friday at noon, because
that's
if
fair.
it comes in later in the afternoon, you won't be here to get it. Because I don't think, are you here on Saturday? You're
I
not.
am here
Oh, you are here
Saturday.
on Saturday? So if somebody was really tardy and they just heard about it, but it would be great if we could have them by noon on
Yeah.
Friday. And then another update about different events. In Thrive, it did mention a tea tasting that was going to happen tomorrow, but unfortunately, we're going to have to postpone that, but it will be postponed. So it's not canceled. We're going to postpone. But if you were looking forward to that or wondering how to sign up, it's because we just need to delay it a little bit. But the Chinese New Year supper is absolutely happening. The Valentine's dinner is absolutely happening, and you should be getting information about those directly from the dining team by flyers that are put in your black bag. So if you have not received those or you're wondering more information about them, I appreciate that you're coming to us, but unfortunately, I don't have a lot of information about it. It would be a dining question. So just give those dining folks a call, and they would be happy to help you. Okay? Did I mention everything there that I was supposed to?
I think so.
I think so.
I think you did that.
All right. And then next, let's talk about what's happening. I'm going to use my Thrive. Let's talk about what's happening today and tomorrow. This morning, we did the show Brain Games, and I've gotten 2 people who told me they really enjoyed that. And it is it's a long-running TV show. And so if you guys are enjoying that, we can absolutely be tucking it in here and there throughout the month. So we can toss a few more of those in. We also had Pilates at 11 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we do have our midweek stretch and reset with Britt. That is out in the Buena Vista Cafe. Make sure you bring a mask. We are going to social distance. And then at 2 o'clock, we have our new release film, which is called Lovers Rock. And it's about like the birth of reggae in London. So really cool 70s outfits. Or 60s and 70s outfits, and some great hair. So you're not going to want to miss that. Tomorrow morning for our One Day University, it's Visions of America. Now, I didn't read the description of that one. You chose that one. Do you remember anything about it?
That's how it says, Visions of America.
Well, Visions of America. So that sounds fascinating.
But we have been doing all new releases for One Day University, so that's
Okay.
a fun fact. These are all really recently recorded by
great.
the One Day University professors. So
Fabulous.
I know there is a description for it in LifeLoop.
Oh, okay.
So if you're curious, you can go into LifeLoop and
Well,
find
lucky
out.
for me, I have it
Oh,
open
you do
right
have it
now
open.
because that is how I
In the
live my
morning.
life. Oh, here it
there
is.
it
And we
is.
just had to make it shorter. Visions of America, the real stories behind famous photographs. So that should be fascinating, actually. So these are like the Doughboys, the World War I photos, some of those fabulous. And the professor, Jennifer Keene, is a Fulbright senior scholar. She went to France and Australia. I mean, she's a smarty pants. So
Yes.
she should definitely be having a really great, that sounds really fascinating, actually, those famous photos. And then at 10 o'clock is virtual coffee and trivia. At 11 o'clock is yoga with Leah. And then that brings us up to the most important thing in your day, live at lunch. So, yeah. And I also want to let people know that you're going to restock the takeaway table this afternoon too.
Yep.
So give her a couple hours. Let her
It's
let her eat
another one
lunch.
of my favorite activities. So if I could do photographs and the takeaway table as my full-time job.
Okay, I think we can make that work. I think we can make that work.
Good.
I want my full-time job to be going and tasting Chelsea's creations
Uh-huh.
because she sent me a picture this morning of two of them. Just out of nowhere. I was like because she's here at like 4 a.m. starting to bake. And so it was like 7:30. So I was still kind of getting up and getting ready. And then suddenly my phone dinged and there were pictures of desserts. So that helped me. I got my second shot yesterday and my arm is pretty sore, but I knew I had to come in because there might be dessert.
For dessert.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, on that note, we will say goodbye.
Have a good day, everyone.